Man, this gets tiring, but I got to show you this video. We're going to have a broad here. She's going to complain about men lying to women to get them into bed, but basically going as far as to say if a man has to lie or if he lies in any way to get a girl to sleep with him, it's considered coercion, right? Or grape, in her words, right? So let's let's hear her logic. She's got to be. She either got to be from New York or Cali or what's it, Oregon, or the state of Washington with this kind of logic. But whatever, we'll let her talk here.
If you have to lie to get them into bed, that is not consent. If you're lying to get them to sleep with you, the answer is no. If their consent was predicated on what you told them and what you told them was untrue, then their consent is void. The foundation of consent must be honesty. The foundation of consent must be truth. And before you pick a fight, if you argue with this, what you're saying is that we should be able to deceive people into having sex they would otherwise refuse. We have terms for that already: coercive assault, rape by fraud, and rape by deception. If you have to lie.
I don't think women hear themselves when they say these things. I don't think they hear themselves. Like I don't. They don't even the peak irony. So she's talking about men lying to get sex, even though women lie all the time. Forget about just the makeup and the hair extensions, the push-up bras and all that. But forget just that. Women lie to their friends, to their boyfriend, their husband, their man, all the time about their body count. I'm only talking to you. He's just a friend. Like the countless lies, that women even tell themselves. just in general, like I don't know what in the hell she's talking about. But let's go in real quick. Hold on for a sec. Let's replay it one more time. And I'll break it down a little bit more.
To get them into bed, that is not consent. If you're lying to get them to sleep with you, the answer is no.
Do you know how many women have lied about their past or their body count or what they've been through, or lie about who they are if they're not? They don't tell them about the debt that they're in. And I'm just saying, if women were really upfront about who they were to the men that were trying to take them seriously, who were trying to marry them, men would not get married. If women told men that, oh, I'm planning, like, it's a very good possibility that I can still divorce you, even though you gave me all of this stuff, men would not marry them. If women were very upfront about their strategy on how they do things, men would not marry them. My like if women were actually honest like that, for real, about who they were, their sexual strategy, how they do things, how if they were honest like that, men would not marry them. So this whole thing about consent, there's a lot of men that wouldn't have consent to putting a ring on the finger of a broad, and if they knew they were actually talking to 5 other dudes and she was just playing Russian roulette with that. My example would be black women. The reason why black women are the least picked is because they don't have any tact, because they're basically pretty blunt and upfront with how they are, how their past is, that it just literally shocks most normie men to be like, nah, I want nothing to do with black women. Even though white women do the same things, just they know how to hide their tracks. Black women don't really know how to hide their tracks well. So you see what they're coming. A lot of the times they can't hide their dysfunction. White women are like the queens of like being the chameleon, being exactly the woman you want her to be, up until you put the ring on the finger. You know what I mean? Up until you lose the leverage. You know what I mean? So that's the point. So with her logic, I wonder how many men would have actually consented to a marriage to a woman that was probably most likely pushing it on him, not overtly but covertly. I wonder how many men would have consented to marrying that same broad. That's crazy.
If their consent was predicated on what you told them and what you told them was untrue, then their consent is void.
Now, with that logic, like I said, the men that have been told, oh, the kid is yours, and it was a lie, With that logic, shouldn't that woman owe the man all the money that he paid in child support? And I'm talking about with interest. So with that logic, all the men that have been defrauded by women with a paternity, told that kid was theirs, and they've been raising a kid that's not theirs. If they find out that the kid is not theirs via DNA tests, with that logic, that's a non-consensual thing right there. That means with that logic, that contract that you sign between the marriage or whatever contract that has been signed or responsibility, that means that contract is void. And not only that, the woman owes that man all the money that he paid her in child support with interest, with that logic. But like I said, like women don't, when women say these things, they don't even realize the amount of concessions men have made for women, even though they constantly lie. Their whole game, their whole strategy, their whole dating and mating strategy is them lying. I mean, for like paternity fraud to not even be illegal, like paternity fraud is not even a crime, and she's talking about lying. A man lying to a woman to get her into bed. Meanwhile, that woman is lying about her intentions. She meets the guy. The guy probably lies. Oh yeah, this is my boat. All he did was just take advantage of your gold digging tendencies or your hypergamy. He just took advantage of that. The same way women take advantage of men's naivety, men's trusting nature and paternal instinct and protect. How women will lie about situations like, oh, he did this to me, and then you'll tell a man, and then the man doesn't even question, he just goes into straight protector mode. So the man takes advantage of your hypergamy, and because you were too lazy to do any research, you just took it at face value because you were going to take advantage of him, even though he was lying to you, but you were a deceiver in yourself because you were trying to take advantage of that man.
The foundation of consent must be honesty. The foundation of consent must be truth.
Says the woman with makeup.
And before you pick a fight, if you argue with this, what you're saying is that we should be able to deceive people into having sex they would otherwise refuse. We have terms for that already: coercive assault, rape by fraud, and rape by deception.
Like I said, she doesn't even understand what she's saying. Everything that she said, this is what women do, actually. This is what women do, man. A lot of things women complain about is, it's really projection. So right here, I'm looking at one of the comments. This comment is funny. I'm gonna look because I already know the comments is gonna rip her up because she doesn't even understand what she's saying. It says, sounds like someone is mad the random dude she indiscriminately hooked up with doesn't actually have a boat. Facts. She was at one of them parties and she thought one of the guys at one of those parties had some paper. She decided to hook up with him, and she ended up finding out that he wasn't really anything, even though he probably didn't even lie. He was just like, hey, I'm here. Look what I'm surrounded by. He was probably like slick with his words. And you were like, oh, he got paper. In your mind, he has to have paper because he's in this environment. So you gave him the cheeks. You woke up the next morning and you found out that wasn't his life. And really, you were lying to yourself by believing what he was selling. That's the problem with the dangers of Fresh Prince CEO be talking about, man, sell these girls a dream. I'm like, don't do that. don't do that, because women are not going to admit that they're going to lie to themselves. You know what I mean? So he said makeup, push-up bras, fake eyelashes, nose jobs, Botox, aren't those all lies? Exactly. Okay, yeah. Well, maybe not go. Let me not go through every single comment. Oh yeah, no, I'm talking to other guys. That's one of the biggest lies women will tell you. One of the biggest lies women will tell you. No, I'm not talking to other guys. Trust me, especially the women today, they've been taught by the women older than them, their friends. They're taught to date non-exclusive. Yeah, that's the word. To date non-exclusively. Don't be exclusive to just one guy. That's until one proposes to you. That's what they've been taught to do. Oh shoot, this one girl said, well, I lied about my herpes because they wouldn't sleep with me if I told them, and she thinks that's funny. Yeah, man, watch out for these broads, man. They don't even like I said, they don't even realize they're criminals. They don't even realize They don't even realize they're criminals. Somebody said, yeah, makeup is also deception. But let's check out her page. We got Catherine Wayla Bogan. Novel. Uh-oh. I had a feeling. Guys, hold on for a second, guys. Whenever we see one of them people, I'm going to hit him with that soundbite. Whenever we see one of them people, y'all know what people I'm talking about, that be spreading that nonsense, whether it be the Black Lesbians Matters nonsense or just social justice warriors nonsense, rainbow nonsense, cisgender nonsense. Just hit him with this. Yep, she's one of them people. Hey, it's in her description. It's in her description, man. She said novelist. So she's a small hat, but she wanted to make a joke out of it, say she's a Jewess. Like she's a female small hat. Okay, PhD student. I want to know what the PhD is in. If it's in gender studies, then you might as well throw that whole degree away. She says researcher, cottagecore, rabble rouser, superhumanizer host. So I guess that's her podcast. She has 208,000 followers on TikTok. Aggressively single, according to her. Oh yeah, she is. So yeah, it is official. She is a small hat. So yeah. No disrespect, though. No disrespect. But anyway.